Hello and welcome to a new episode of NewsDay McDaniel. I'm Jayla Woodson.
And I'm Shania Jones. Our top story this week.
The Black Student Union at McDaniel College is hosting a Super Bowl watch party this Sunday, February 12th at 6 p.m. in the Forum. In addition to promoting singer Rihanna's much-anticipated performance, the event aims to showcase athletics and the contributions that African-American athletes have made to sports. Students will be able to participate in a $5 raffle for a chance to win one of 4 prizes: the Savage X Fenty Game Day Collection, a signed NFL poster, an official NFL jersey, or a $100 Visa gift card. President of Black Student Union, Clarity Willoughby, comments, "This Super Bowl showcase is the first of its kind, and we are excited to celebrate these beautiful milestones in history. More importantly, sports and music have always had a rich history in our culture." Santana Page, the secretary of the club, shares, "If you love to yell at the TV, eat good food, and play/watch football, and want to see Bad Gal Riri come out of retirement, then you need to come to our Super Bowl watch party this Sunday." Stella Agbodeka, a recurring Black Student Union member, says, "I don't watch football like that, but I'm really excited about Rihanna's performance and the possible prizes." For more information and other upcoming events, be sure to follow Black Student Union on Instagram at BSU_McDaniel.
McDaniel students are spreading the love as we approach the big day. Valentine's Day is around the corner, and students are celebrating by spreading the love around campus. According to Sigma Lambda Alpha, Estefany Torres says, "This Valentine's, we were having a fundraiser that allows students to buy gifts for their girlfriend, boyfriend, friends, roommates, family members, and even themselves. Students are even taking a step up by decorating doors." Sophomore Lorelli McCroy says, "My roommate and I decorated our door because we wanted to spread some joy on our floor, even though it isn't a real holiday." Senior Angeli Finn says, "Seeing everyone going all out this Valentine's Day makes me happy. I appreciate that students are also including single people so we can also be a part of this lovely day."
McDaniel students this past Tuesday had the chance to learn about and support Black-owned businesses, both student-run and within the community of Westminster, at the Black Student Business Expo presented by ODEI and the Pie Club. Kyara Fleming, vice president of the Pie Club and student worker at the ODEI, says the purpose was to give exposure to the businesses here on campus while creating a network with community businesses. With regards to event participation, Mike Looney, advisor to the Pie Club and head of the program in innovation and entrepreneurship, says there was good traffic and a diverse crowd that came through. According to the Pie Club, the event had roughly 50 participants, and the Pie Club incentivized participation by hosting a gift card raffle giveaway. The prize winners were announced publicly via the club's Instagram on a live stream after the event wrapped up around 6 p.m. Janae Pierre, a student entrepreneur, says of the importance of events like Tuesdays. "Events like the Business Expo are important so that more students can learn about opportunities for growth and developments here on campus." Fleming furthermore adds that the event helps students of diversity and young entrepreneurs.
Since the pandemic, the demand for mental health services at McDaniel College has never been higher. As Wellness Center counselor Jessica Ludi Cabral says, "I've definitely seen a significant rise in the number of students seeking our services since COVID began. The rise in mental health struggles can unfortunately lead to further issues in a student's academics." Sophomore student Haley Watts remarks, "I think that mental health can definitely affect a student's academic performance, such as when you're depressed and can't get out of bed, which can then affect your overall attendance and ability to get assignments done on time. Luckily, there are ways the school can aid." Academic counselor Christy Benz states, "It is very important for a school to have a resource of students such as Wellness Center, as students can then work with trained professionals to learn strategies for academic success even when struggling with their mental health. If you or anyone you know at McDaniel may be struggling with mental health, you can contact Wellness Center at 410-848-7000.
Since fall of 2021, commuters still don't have a place to call theirs. Hannah Ragnor, an advocate for the commuters, has expressed her opinions with us and thinks it is dumb the lounge was removed and shows how the resident students are given more privilege than the commuters. Beth Renner, a commuter, agrees and wishes she had a place to foster community with others in her situation. Liz Towle, Dean of Students, responds by saying a microwave was added to Hilltop Pub for students to reheat food and that there are no plans for a future commuter lounge. As students sit and eat in their cars in the parking lot, faculty is given the space commuters once had. For further questions or assistance in identifying a campus space, contact Amanda Gelber or OSC. And now we go to NewsDay McDaniel correspondent Anderson Rao with a commentary about food on campus.
It's said you can't work on an empty stomach, but how does the quality of that food impact your work? Food gives you energy. Healthy food gives you more energy and can make you healthy and happy, whereas junk food can make you sluggish and depressed. McDaniel provides many different dietary options, including vegan and gluten-free. The cafeteria also provides many different food stations, and the Hilltop Pub provides even more options. I often go to the pub when I want to eat something healthier. For example, they have both protein bowls and protein smoothies. However, I run into the same problems with McDaniel not being near much. Your other food options are limited. So when your main choices are 5 different kinds of bone-dry chicken and pizza with congealed cheese, it starts to have a negative impact on your overall day. While I have never gotten sick from the food, it's very clear that the cafeteria isn't using the freshest foods. I understand the cafeteria food has its limitations because of how much is supposed to be made at once, but it seems that anytime I have any meat, rice, pizza, they are always dry and undercooked. And they leave me wanting something else, and I end up being hungry, which becomes a distraction for the rest of the day. I talked to a friend of mine here, Charles Ebling, who shared my feelings. I asked Kyle Jasper, a student here who works at the cafeteria, who says it might be because the food sits out for a while. I'm not asking for gourmet food, I just want it to be good.
Thanks, Anderson. The relatively new Clay Club is still finding their footing on campus. The idea of forming a Clay Club was tossed around 2 years ago, but didn't actually become official until last semester. The club is known for making their own creations, such as mugs, vases, even musical instruments. With no more than 3 people attending regular meetings, the social media manager, Shelby Crespo, says the club's biggest struggle is trying to make people aware of the existence of the club since it is so new. That said, the club is only open to people who have taken or are currently taking the ceramics course. President Lauren Logue says that the reason is for the safety of the club members as well as the studio. With the low number of people attending, the Clay Club prioritizes their time planning events. As President Logue says, the club is mainly to let people work in the studio. The club hopes to grow and even be open to students who haven't taken the ceramics course.
Amy Goldberg, a junior, plans to graduate from McDaniel early at the age of 20. Amy, whose first language, American Sign Language, is a CODA, which stands for Child of Deaf Adult. She already completed her ASL major in her sophomore year because she tested out of the language requirements and only had to take some cultural classes to fulfill the major. Amy has recently picked up a sociology minor and needs one more class to complete it. Sociology major Alexis Dodley had a sociology class with Amy called Love and Marriage. Alexis says, I could always come to Amy for an opinion or perspective on different relationships we were observing, and she would always understand what I was asking and give me a thoughtful response. With her plans to graduate early and classes for her major already done, all she needed was an internship. Professor Fitzpatrick, professor of American Sign Language and Amy's academic advisor, explains, Miss Amy Goldberg is doing her internship in the ASL 2230 class, where she always learned, listen, and observe 2 certified interpreters at the same time. She will have the opportunity to do some interpreting work during the class with mentoring and strong support of certified interpreters.
Some students are frustrated with McDaniel College's lack of care for the music department. In the spring semester of 2019, McDaniel College cut their music major and minor programs the summer before cutting the summer music camp that lasted 33 years. Hadley Watts, a sophomore self-designed music major, says, McDaniel can't say that they pride themselves on their liberal arts when the music department has to fight to survive. Kyle Engler, senior lecturer in the music department, says there's a strong effort to build back a music minor, but it would take more people outside the department to do it. Madison DeHaze, a junior self-designed music minor, says it's definitely a hassle to go through a self-designed path because it cuts to classes not everything is offered when it should be. 2 required classes for the self-designed music minors are The Black Composer Speaks and The History of Jazz, both of which are only offered alternating every spring semester. Watts and DeHaze both agree that department support stems from the professors. Watts says music professors bend over backwards for their students, and DeHaze says everyone in the department is close-knit, and I know I could come to my professors for anything. And now we go to NewsDay McDaniel correspondent Will Rickwood with a commentary about the Super Bowl and rumors about a rigged AFC Championship game.
It is that time of year. The Super Bowl is upon us. Eagles, Chiefs, probably one of the most anticipated Super Bowl matchups that everyone around the NFL has been talking about. Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes, 2 of the best quarterbacks of the season. The Kelsey brothers are facing off against each other, and Andy Reid coaching against his former team. This is what makes the Super Bowl the game of the year. Freshman Carter Bucci, who is an Eagles fan, says he's very excited to see his team play, and it has been a long time coming for them. Last time the Eagles were in the Super Bowl was back in 2018 when they beat the New England Patriots 41-33. Sophomore Logan Tice, who is also an Eagles fan, says he's just excited to watch more football. Now, a big thing that fans around the NFL have been talking about is how the AFC Championship game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs was rigged to get the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I think there are many factors that make that argument more controversial, especially the fact of having the Kelsey brothers playing each other and to get Andy Reid coaching against his former team. But the biggest part of that argument is the officials. In the last two drives of the AFC Championship game, there were two similar plays of roughing the passer, and Patrick Mahomes got the call, but Joe Burrow didn't. I believe that fact alone could make a very good argument, especially since the officiating has been at the worst has ever been before this season. There's going to be a lot of angry fans, and when those teams play again in next season, I believe there will be a lot of eyes set on that game to see how the Bengals will respond. Tune into Super Bowl at 6:30 this Sunday as the Philadelphia Eagles take on the Kansas City Chiefs from State Farm Stadium in Arizona.
Thanks, Will. The McDaniel men's lacrosse team is off and running. Head coach T.C. Gibartolo says the first week got off to a great start. Our team came back in great shape and really built upon the foundation they had established in the fall. Senior defender Cooper McCormick adds, everything seems to be falling into place this season. Senior midfielder Vincent Lennon says both sides of the field have been flying around all week. DeBartolo finishes by saying the Centennial is one of the best conferences in the country when it comes to men's lacrosse. I know our team has high expectations of themselves and a desire to compete. If we continue upon the path we are on, I believe this group can find a way to the success we desire. For more information, visit McDanielAthletics.com and be sure to come to the first home game on February 25th at 1 p.m.
McDaniel tennis team, a Division III sport, no longer forms part of the Centennial Conference. According to the head coach Burr Burke, the fact that the other coach left and only a handful of teammates were left, with only one boy and 4 girls, the school had to make the decision to pull out of the conference. This caused the team to be in the line. Gwen DeSeschi says, the numbers have decreased after we dropped out of the conference. However, since the new coach arrived, numbers increased by accepting walk-ons. However, other teammates believe that the team should still be a part of the conference, even though the team is currently not at the Centennial Conference level. According to the current member of the tennis team, Carly Javivics, there would be a difference if the team was a part of the conference, as it would make the team work harder and become stronger as well.
That's all for this week from NewsDay McDaniel. I'm Jayla Woodson.
And I'm Shania Jones. Stay tuned each week for all your up-to-date campus news and commentaries.